One, two, three. Hello and welcome everyone to episode 61 of the podcast. We have this is your co-host Chuck.
This is your co-host, Daniel.
This is your co-host Brandon.
Yeah. That's good. Thanks, guys.
No problem. Are you
Yeah,
okay? What was
no,
that?
I don't know. I just was like, oh, I said the thing wrong, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, as long as you don't call attention to it, it's fine.
Oh yeah, definitely don't do a noise before you do it too. But yeah, we saw a movie. We saw a movie called The Promised Land or Bastardin. Is that right?
What? I don't know.
Oh, that's
Is
the
that the Danish?
Yes, there's like a Danish title to it. My copy of the movie, it said like Bastardin in the beginning, so I was very
Oh,
confused.
yeah.
Unless
Mine had
maybe I didn't watch the right movie.
that. Well, we'll find out soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're right. Bastardin. Which actually, now that you say that, it made me think. No, I'm not going to say what it made me think. But yeah, you're right. I think you watched the right movie.
Oh, is he like the bastard?
No, it's so stupid what I thought. It's just I
Say it,
looked
dude.
at that, yeah, and I was like, oh, bastardin. Like, what does den mean? Because like Amsterdam, like dens with. For some reason, I thought that's DEM, but this is DEN. I don't know. There was a second when I saw that I was like, oh, I'm learning something about language, but I'm not because it's just not even anything.
No, it's okay. No worries, man. I don't know any Danish either. But yeah, we saw it. It stars our boy Mads Mikkelsen, and it's directed by Nikolaj Arcel. And yeah, this was it's a like it's a period piece, right? Kind of.
Yeah, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, I never exactly know what a period piece is, to be honest. Just a
Yeah, I
movie
know.
that
They
takes
call it
place.
all just they don't make any sense.
Yeah, all movies take place sometime. You know.
Very true.
Well, no, that's not true.
Oh,
What
okay.
if there's like a movie that like play that maybe
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
doesn't take place at all? Like what if it's like all in the like
Oh,
the
dude.
what about what's that Jim Carrey movie? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Those dream sequences, they don't take place
That's true.
anywhere. Yeah,
That's
so
true. What's the
bada bing
period in my
bada
mind? Riddle me that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, so we watched it and we can talk about it. This was Dan's pick, so Dan, you have the luxury of giving a quick summary.
Great. I love
Yeah,
this part.
yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't actually realize this till like the movie was ending. Guess this is based on a real guy.
Yes,
Lud.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. This will prove how much preparation I do for this show. That I only clicked on his Wikipedia article, saw that his article is all in Danish, and then I didn't do any more research, so I don't really know anything about this guy. But anyway, so it's about Ludwig Kalen, who is a retired captain in the German army. I'm not really sure why German army when we were in Denmark, but he basically makes a deal to go out to kind of the untamed wilderness of Denmark, the moorlands, I think as they call it, which no one has successfully settled. No one has ever managed to cultivate, grow anything there.
The
And he
Heathland.
goes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the heath. Yes, thank you. And so he goes out, really, literally, like by himself, to go find a place to settle. Eventually, hire some people, but it's harsh land out there, and he ends up crossing paths with the nearest, really like landowner, who is just like a sadistic, horrible, psychotic asshole, who doesn't want him to settle this land because it just would. He likes that it's him, and then there's this vast untamed wilderness because he's kind of the one center of power anywhere nearby. And really, I mean, we'll maybe get into the specifics, but things escalate to a point that this landlord is sending out people to go kill settlers that are coming to Kalen's land until finally he, well, I kind of skip some bits, but the landlord is killed by kind of a love interest slash friend of Kaylin's, and
She was also like
ultimately,
she was a slave too, right?
yeah. So they're like, I think maybe like a serf is sort of like what they were. Like it seemed
Oh,
like
okay.
because it seemed like they. I mean, I'm not. It's a horrible thing, but like it seemed like they were being paid and they were on contract to till this land. So it's like I think that's what you call like a feudal system,
Mm.
or like in the U.S. we sort of call it like sharecropping. Um, but yeah, I mean, indentured servants, serfs, like definitely on the line to slavery. There's no doubt about it. Um, uh, anyway, eventually he's killed, the landlord, and really, sort of the movie is like this main character, like his um focus on like cultivating this land, sort of at what cost, and I guess maybe we can talk about whether or not we think it was worth it in the end, and maybe at what point he went wrong. But anyway, I think maybe that's a general overview.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That's a pretty good way to put it. Um, yeah, no, it was definitely interesting. Like I didn't know anything about. I was gonna say lore, and that would sound so dumb, but I already said it anyway. Yeah, I didn't know.
As long as you say you know it's done.
Yeah, and yeah, I didn't know any of the history. I didn't really understand like Danish's like. I mean, it kind of is just a normal like hierarchy, I guess. Like there's a cat like there's captains. There's I guess the antagonist is like a duke or a baron or whatever, and he
So
owns that land.
yeah, here's the thing. I guess yeah, you said it already, but we should say if anyone's listening who happens to be, I don't know, Danish themselves or a historian of Danish history, um, you know, we're not going to pretend like we quite knew what's going on. I did a little modicum of research, and I think what like the antagonist Finkel or De Finkel, um, his he was a private landowner. That the way it worked was the king would grant titles to different wealthy landowners around the country, basically saying like, I can't rule everything. I can't have my people everywhere. I have no idea what's going on in this corner of the country. So I'm naming you kind of the law of the land, like a magistrate is maybe like the word I would use. Like I'm giving you. That's why he kept calling himself a judge. Like he's sort of been given
Oh,
the
okay.
authority to like rule the land, even though he himself is like not um like he's not like part of the he's not necessarily like under the king directly, which is why there was like this tension between like, is the heath the king's land or is it his land? Anyway, that may not be important.
Yeah, I
Okay, yeah.
mean, I think it is pretty important though. But like, yeah, it is. It's a little confusing because like we don't really
Mm,
understand like it was hard for me to really understand like who is in the right and wrong.
mm.
I mean, obviously you're like, oh, this guy's obviously like the comically bad guy who's like pushing people out of windows and
Mm.
boiling people alive.
Boiling. Yeah, that scene was crazy.
Yeah, that scene was pretty like terrifying, and the fact that he wanted to do it, yeah, um, and also like
Yeah.
he wanted to do it in front of all those people, and even the crowd wasn't with him. I thought
Yeah,
that was pretty
Yeah.
funny.
that's like an insane moment when his kind of aide there, like his man, like comes up to him and is like, "Hey, I think you should stop." Like, yeah, he says like the crowd's no longer with you, and
Mhm,
then he does it again, and he only, I mean, it's horrible, but he only stops when the screaming stops, when it's clear
mhm.
that the guy's dead. Yeah, it's wild.
Mhm. I think the
Yeah,
acting was really, really great in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I have one person I didn't really like at all,
Who?
Let's hear it.
the kid.
I
What?
knew
I was
you were
gonna
going to
say
say the kid.
I like the kid in this.
Wait, you
I feel
like
like she did it pretty good.
Yeah,
oh,
I
you
think she did
guys
a good
both
job.
like the kid? Oh my god, I thought the kid was so annoying.
I mean, it's like it wasn't. I mean, because like you thought her acting was annoying, or you thought just as a
Yeah,
character she
I
was.
thought the acting was annoying. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like she just was a kid that they found and just, like, let her do nothing. I don't know, it's just I feel like she didn't really feel like a kid.
Mm. Yeah. There. Well, I don't know. I'll say like I grade like child actors sort of on a curve, right? I mean, like we
Yeah,
just
it's
came off.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hard.
because we just watched Home Alone 4, and she was a lot
She's
better than
way
that.
better than that Kevin
yeah.
McAllister. Okay.
Yeah, poor Kevin.
That's a good point. Like when you like compare it
Yeah,
to like apples and whatever, like yeah, it was.
right. Apples
Yeah.
to apples, and oranges in there too. Um, yeah, but no, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you're allowed. I mean, I will say though, it was. I feel like a weird part because she's a kid. She's meant to act like a kid, but she's very sort of worldly. Like it's like a weird position for a kid to be in that shape. She's not with her parents. She's like walking around with this band of like gypsies. Like she
Mm.
doesn't really talk like a kid. I am with you there, but I guess I chalked it up to kind of like she doesn't really have much of a childhood when we meet her. You know,
Yeah.
like
I guess
she's.
you're right. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I don't know. I just still found her very annoying. Maybe just like the character itself,
Mm.
because she's like cursing the entire time, and
I was literally
Yeah.
going to make
but
that joke. Like, did you think that she really was a bad luck charm?
oh yeah, no, that's pretty funny.
Oh, cursing,
But that's
curse.
because
I
she
Oh
didn't.
didn't.
no, no,
She
I
didn't
I
like
yeah,
thought you
her.
literally meant
dude,
like
no, no,
them.
no, 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 no. Like she would just no, no, she like she wasn't actually a curse.
All right, that's good. I'm
That's
glad we
because
got you there.
she didn't have anywhere to learn manners from until she had her like little family with the main character and
Mhm.
the other woman.
No,
Those little pops.
I get that little pops,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but that's not how you pronounce it. I think because it was like Li pops, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was like little, like we would say little, or if it was something else. I guess I could look. Little.
Yeah, there was dude. The Danish language is a crazy thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Hers also was Danish. We're saying Danish. Maybe I should make sure that's what the language is. Danish language. Yeah, okay, Danish. Um, combined with like a little bit of like Latin, I think they said, because there were words too that like uh Kaylin and Barbara didn't know either. And I think that was like it was she sort of like had a crazy mix of languages, I think, actually. But anyway.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, and I kind of liked. Obviously, Mads was amazing. He was like the best part of the
Mhm.
movie,
Yeah.
and but like I wish there was like more about like the other characters. Like I don't know. I feel like I really don't know anyone.
Mm.
I guess you don't even really
Yeah.
know like Callan either. You just know that he was a captain. His mother knew about the hearth, and she was like a prostitute. I was like I
Oh
was
no
yeah.
no. I think yes, you're right. Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna like throw it in your face, but like, what? First, I'll say I'm with you a bit. Where like, but I would adjust it where like I think there's a lot of great subtext and things with the characters, but then sometimes they would have this great moment of characterization that was very subtle, but then they would go and talk about it, which kind of removes the subtlety. Like to give a quick example, a moment I love that I thought was so great that I think they kind of lessen is early on in the movie when he's just started to settle and he just has the couple workers, including Anne Barbara and her husband Johan, or I think they say Johannes.
Yeah.
And she's serving him food, and she puts the food on his plate, and he keeps it holding out until she goes over and she wipes off the rim, and it's like this great moment of like he's eating like slop, like they're eating like terrible stew out in the middle of nowhere in this wooden ball, but he is sort of acting the part of the landlord, saying, "No, no, no, it has to be nice. I don't want the food on the edge. I want the food in the bowl, clean it up, and serve me." You know. Um, but then literally the next scene is her like talking to her husband about like, "Oh, he's so ridiculous and arrogant the way he waits me like his plate." And I'm like, just leave it. Just leave it alone. You didn't need to explain it to me. Um, but anyway, to get to your point, Chucker, his mother was a maid for a landlord, like Schinkel was, and
Mm.
Schinkel said that he knew that this lord had a reputation for really raping all of his maids, and that um, Kalen looked just like that lord. So he was probably the illegitimate son of that lord.
Bastard.
Hence the title,
Yeah.
bastard. Yeah,
And how he would send them to war, which is what.
right. Yeah, while he was in the army for 25 years.
Yeah.
Mhm. And he was like he was a rare case. Like he was in like usually you don't become you become captain pretty quick, but since he was like
Mhm.
poor, it took him a lot longer.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
guess so. Like, yeah, if you're noble or you're wealthy or whatever it is, yeah, you would become captain very quickly. But he, yeah, had a whole career in the military and it took him to that long to become captain.
Hmm.
Yeah. But also, like me personally, I do agree with Chuck that like
Hmm.
characterization, um, yeah, like how you said, Dan, a lot of it was subtle and in the dialogue, but it's like I couldn't, I didn't see myself caring about like almost all of them, other than like the main
Hmm.
trio. Like
Yeah,
Hmm.
the
I agree. Like the
Yeah,
main
yeah,
trio I cared about, like I couldn't even care about like the priest, and the priest was a good guy.
yeah,
yeah,
Like I don't even
yeah.
know if I
I'm with you
remember the
guys.
priest's name.
Yeah, I
And I
think it
don't know
was
if that I don't know, I also don't know if that's like a thing where it was like a language barrier and like
Mm-mm.
I don't know, I just feel like there was a
Yeah.
lot of weird things with this. Like I couldn't attach myself to any of the characters.
Yeah, I
hmm
feel that. I feel that. By the way, I was just gonna say, I think the priest's name was Anton, but I literally only remember that because when the priest is killed, Kalen says like, "Oh, don't Anton," and I was like, "Oh, Anton. Okay, I guess that's his name."
Yeah, like that's like Anton, no.
Right, right,
We've always remembered his name.
right. Of course, my buddy
He
Anton.
Mhm. And it was also weird how like they killed the husband off so quick.
Yeah, I'm like a little bit. This is not quite what you're referring to, but I'm like a little bit torn on like, yeah, the husband dying pretty early, yeah, like a third into the movie, and then Anne Barbara and Kaylin becoming a thing.
Yeah.
yeah. Even
Like,
though their heart wasn't there, according to the
right,
woman.
and like, yeah, and like, I do think if I'm being generous, which I will be for now, for like, because first I'll say this, like, as they were like getting to know each other and they were sort of becoming friendly, and like she decides to stay really to like fuck over Shinkle, you know.
Mhm.
Um, I was like, okay, like, yeah, I'm down for this. That like they're kind of they have either like a begrudging respect for each other, or like they're becoming a little closer. Like that's cool, that works. And then even when like they have sex for the first time, and she says like, we don't love each other. I was like, okay, like I'm all right with this because it's kind of you're out here, fuck, like there's nothing to do. I mean, like they, I don't know, you have physical needs, like okay, like I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. But then they sort of become closer and closer. I don't know, like I think ultimately, I guess it worked for me because I think they're also like the parents to Anme Moose, the kid.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I felt as it was happening, I was kind of like, is this the direction we want to take it? Like, do they really need to like fall in love or whatever the fuck? Like, they have to be into each other? Can't they just leave it platonic? But I don't know.
For for me, it's like I guess because of the whole like family dynamic that like comes to be. Like when we started the podcast, Dan, you said like if it was worth it for him, I would say
Mm,
like through this whole process, that's like the best thing he gained from it, which was
mm,
like that little family that uh yeah, like that I guess he wasn't even expecting, or and like how that one guy says at the end, like you never like things don't happen the way we expect. But
mhm,
in this case, I would say like it was like a pleasant surprise where he sort of had like a wife and a kid.
mhm. Yeah,
But
I think that's. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like if we're going towards like, oh, is this the direction we're going? I would say if it is like the idea that okay, this is what he gained from it, then I guess that idea does make sense. But unless I'm just like missing the point of the movie, but that's what I got.
No, I think you're right because I think to me, like, kind of the structure of the story. Maybe that's not the right word, but the way the story goes, there's like this um, transition or like this inflection point where like when he decides to send the kid away, to send Anme away, and go with the settlers to go kill the like the bandits, and he comes back and Aunt Barbara's gone, like, and then and but he's just gotten his title. That's kind of this moment where like he makes this choice for like this goal to like settle the land at the expense of like this family he had. So yeah, I think you're right that like I guess it's an open question of like, well, I think most people would probably watch and think like, you fucking idiot. Like, what does it matter if you have a title? Just like you had a good
Mhm.
thing going. And even by the end of the movie, or heading into the end of the movie, it's like he ends up cultivating the land like just with him and the kid and the priest, you know?
Mhm.
And it's like at least he
No,
could have had
not the
his.
priest. The priest was
Well, he
dead.
comes back. Oh yeah, of course, right. He comes back, but then he's shot immediately. Right. Like because of all this, he's just by himself, just with the kid, as opposed to with like this full little family he had. So anyway, yeah, I think you're right, Brendan. Um, I think that is kind of the final point of the movie is like you know sacrificing like your goals sometimes can be at the sacrifice of like your happiness. You know.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Huh?
also going back to hating on the little girl actor. I wish they just kept the older version. She was only in the movie for like a couple minutes. I'm like, oh, I'm not annoyed by her. I wonder why. It's because
Well,
of that.
Right.
that's so that's the result of being raised by the main character. So she became more mature.
I guess maybe you're right. I don't know. Yeah. But something else I wanted to talk about specifically. I thought the ending of the movie where like they're in the castle and they like poison him and then kill him.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I was getting like Django Unchained vibes. I was like, oh, this is just
Yeah.
like, yeah, people are just revolting and it's like super violent out of nowhere.
I haven't seen that
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, I think you
You
would
haven't seen Django
enjoy that.
Unchained?
You would enjoy that a lot. It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's on my
A
list. I gotta
modern
watch it
classic.
soon.
hmm but yeah, I got that vibe like a couple times in that movie. Like this felt like Django Unchained a little bit, but like it also felt
Mm.
like because like the bad guy can't what's his name, Candyland or whatever his name is in Django.
Yeah, can't just Candy, Monsieur Candy.
Yeah, Monsieur Candy.
Candyland.
No, that's what they call
No,
the
it's true. Yeah,
yeah,
his
That's funny.
plantation is Candyland.
yeah. And it sounded like I was making a joke, but no, I'm being
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, I kinda got the same vibe of character as our
Mhm.
Schnickel.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, definitely like the kind of a revolt against the wealthy landlord. Like
Mhm.
it. Yeah, that's an interesting point that you compare it to Django though, because I'm speaking out of my ass here, but I wonder if there's an element because like the Promised Land, obviously Danish film takes place in Denmark. Maybe this is just like my American showing, but like it sort of felt like a western to me, and maybe it's
Yeah,
just
yeah, no,
because
no, I got that a lot too, actually.
yeah, because it's sort of going out to the frontier. It's a different frontier, but and yeah, there's outlaws, and you're kind of out, you know, right, taming the wilderness and everything,
Mhm.
and it just makes me think that like Django Unchained, of course, is like, I mean, that is a western, but it's also like a more modern movie, kind of like emulating a lot of the tropes of like more '60s, maybe even '50s, like classic westerns, like spaghetti westerns. And I wonder if maybe there's some similarities between The Promised Land and Django because they're kind of pulling from similar
Similar
inspirations. You
places,
know?
yeah.
Yeah,
I could see that a lot.
yeah. But you're right. That scene where Ann Barber kills uh, um, Schenkel was very Django in particular. Like, yeah, just the one moment of the whole movie that's like excessively bloody and like the very dramatic lighting and everything.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
yeah.
didn't know what to make of that, actually. I felt like I was just watching, like, a bad copy.
Mm. Yeah, it's a like I don't know.
Like, I'd rather just be watching Django.
Yeah, it is. That moment is stylistically very different from the rest of the movie. Like the rest of the movie is
Mhm.
pretty reserved in the way it looks, and that is like this big moment. And I guess it is a big moment. Um, but like there's other moments that are like just as violent. right? Like we literally
Mhm.
see someone like essentially boiled alive, or like, I mean, we don't know what like his heart gives out from the pain. I mean, we see brutal moments, but none of them are so I don't know, stylized. Maybe is the word.
No, I think you might be right, like, it is, like, kinda stylized the way because they, like, did the boiling alive scene, I think, a little like, it was kinda reserved in a good way, like, I like that
Yes.
fact that we
Yeah.
don't really see him suffering, but you can hear him,
Hmm.
and I thought that was done really well.
Mhm.
Yeah. 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 It's pretty
I
effective.
I just kinda wanted the ending to be like that, a little more reserved, I thought, like, that would've been,
Yeah,
like
I feel you.
yeah, but then yeah, like, it just went full, like, what's the actor who made, I mean, the director who made Hostel? Like, Eli Roth.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. It's yeah. Maybe that's a good comparison. It makes me think, just as we're talking, like I don't know, maybe they were going for kind of this build up. Like there's this one moment where kind of she gets revenge. So like I'm really pulling on some eclectic points here, but like that's a very like Kurosawa thing, like these classic like samurai films in particular. Like I think it's not Seven Samurai, maybe it's like Yojimbo, where like there's not a lot of violence in the movie, but there's just one moment where there's a duel, and like when the guy dies, he literally like fucking explodes. Like, have you ever seen that? Like, just there's fucking blood everywhere, and
Was
it's
it,
just that.
oh, sorry, go ahead, go
No,
ahead.
go ahead. No,
I'm
tell me
trying
what
to
you think it
remember
was.
the name. The one where it's, like, told by the multiple perspectives?
Rashomon, I don't think it's that one.
Okay, thank you, you knew that, wow.
Yeah.
That's why you get paid
Yeah,
the big
no.
bucks, man.
Oh yeah, I know. I can't wait. I can't wait to get that paycheck. Um, I'm looking it up. Kurosawa Samurai Duel Blood.
That will not get you anywhere, dude.
Oh, it did. It did. Watch. Watch.
Oh,
It might be
wow.
Sanjuro. Yeah, I found it immediately. I know what I'm
Wow,
doing.
okay, never mind, I'll shut up forever.
Yeah. Maybe, maybe here. Let me see if I can put this in the uh copy video just in the Discord. But anyway, yeah, I don't know if like there's going like in that movie Sanjuro, it's meant to be this climactic moment that yeah is like so strikingly different from the rest of the movie. And I don't know. I'm not saying that makes it work better or worse or anything, but I wonder if that's what they were going for a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that, just, like, the fact that, like, oh, Kurosawa was, like, one of the most important directors of, like, all time.
Hmm.
So maybe, like, that might have been, like, a thing, like, "Oh, I wanna be like Kurosawa, I wanna show off something really cool."
Yeah.
Yeah, or at least just like
Or
I
pay
don't know.
homage to him.
Yeah, something I don't know, or just like that. I'm sure other directors have kind of pulled from that too. I mean, it's a pretty iconic scene. Um,
Mhm.
so.
But yeah,
I,
was there any music in the film? I don't think there was.
There's music, but it's
yeah. I think.
super just like atmospheric. A lot of like low tones. Like
Mm.
I don't remember if there's any. Well, maybe Brendan, you remember, but I don't remember if there's any music that's like super like melodic.
Um.
You remember, Brendan?
No. Yeah. I remember like there being a score in the beginning, but now that you guys are talking about it, I don't. I can't remember.
It's pretty understated, I
Yeah, it's
think.
very
Yeah.
bare bones.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not silent.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I
But
was just curious because I really don't remember a soundtrack, and sometimes that's like a good and bad thing, right? Like it's so good,
mhm,
like it kind
well,
of just
yeah.
meshes well with the film, and you kind of just like don't remember it because like oh it worked so well, or if it's so like like oh man that was such a good part of the score, beep beep boop bop.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I tend to sort of be on the side of like, you don't want the music to be forgettable, right? Because
I agree. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean
because on the flip side,
it could be
oh, sorry, go ahead.
it could be like so bad it's good though. Like oh my god, I can't believe they used that song, or like the
Yeah, I
score
guess
itself is
that's
that
true.
bad.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's better to be sort of comfortable but forgettable than like distractingly bad.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't necessarily like. I don't know if we can give the score a lot of credit for being like, "Wow, I didn't even know it was there." Like, is that a good thing? I don't know.
Definitely not a good thing.
I do like the shots at the farm.
Me too.
Mm,
Me too.
yeah, great cinematography.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also like just farming in general. There's an anime called
Mm.
Vinland Saga where the second season is all about farming.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me good
Oh,
good vibes. I was like, "Ooh, I like farming. Farming makes me feel at home."
the second
Yeah,
season was about farming.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
And
I had
this
no idea.
actually did make me think of that also.
Mm. Where
Well,
does that show take
we're nerd.
place? What's
It takes place in Denmark, I think.
oh, there. Okay. Well,
I think it takes place in Denmark. Um, yeah.
that would explain it.
If you watch a trailer for it, you would not believe me if I told you it was about farming, but it
Well,
is.
that's why I asked because I've seen like a clip where he like is jumping over a fucking wall and slices somebody's throat or something, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, this
No,
isn't
but
about farming.
that's high art that we're talking about right there.
Oh, yeah, it's masterful.
No,
I'll have
we're
to
not
check it
even
out.
kidding, Dan. It's really like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
yeah, I have no
Okay.
enemies. Yeah.
Is that from the show?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, yep.
They should do like a live action version of that, but like with Mads Mikkelsen.
That'd be cool.
Mm. Who
Yeah,
would he
but like
play?
the kid version of himself.
Okay. He
But
was
like
like a gymnast as a young man.
yeah, he was like a
Yeah.
gymnast. That's true. He's a legendary actor, by the way. I think I literally have nothing but positive things to say about Mads
Oh
Mikkelsen.
yeah, he's always great. Well, you mentioned remind me, I'm also a big fan. I think a lot of people are.
Mhm.
Have we watched a movie with him in it on this podcast?
No, well, I recommended that we would watch The Hunt, and I think you watched it on your own time.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
yeah,
like you
yeah.
did some extra credit.
Right. Yeah, I wanted to impress you guys.
Mhm. Well, guess what, Dan? You already did, and you didn't even have to do that.
Yeah. Congratulations. No, it's all part of it. Yeah, no, he's great. He's always great. I love just by the just there's so many great little gestures he does in the movie too. Like I
Mhm.
another moment I love is when he first meets Schinkel. I keep saying Schinkel. Is that right?
He corrects himself, or no, he corrects
Well,
other people.
yeah, because he names actually that's something I love about the movie. He changed his name to Da Schinkel. Did you remember
Oh,
that scene?
yeah,
He says,
yeah.
"I
Yes,
changed it
yes.
because it sounds more noble." And I'm going in a little bit of a side tangent, but I love that sort of thing in like a movie or like any kind of like I don't know. I guess any story because like that immediately, without having to know the exact relationship between different characters, you know if they're like on his side or sucking up to him based on what they call him. Like if they call him Deshinkle, they know you know they're with him. But if they
Oh,
call him
true.
Shinkle, you know that they're not really his guy. Or like they don't respect him or something. Anyway, but there's when Kalen first meets Shinkle, I don't respect him, so I'm going to call him Shinkle. He Shinkle is pouring a drink, is like pouring some wine, and is holding it and walks up to Kalen, and he just like you could almost miss it, like starts to reach out for it, but then Schinkel, it's for himself because he's a jerk. He wasn't going to offer him a drink. He's just drinking all day himself. But I just love that quick moment because it's like so awkward, but like so I don't know. It's just like it's just a quick little thing that I like. That immediately it's a little bit awkward. He expected to be offered a drink, but he's actively not being offered a drink. Um, anyway, there's just a lot of little moments like that that I like.
Mhm.
Him hiding, like the stitching on him when he goes to the party, he like keeps touching his collar because Ann Barbara told him to hide the stitching, from the rich people. It's just
Mm-mm.
like great little gestures.
Yeah.
I like how he had like a bad wig. That was pretty funny.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
right. He comes out and
yeah.
brings him an absurd.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
guy like the shingle like makes him wear like like some like hand me down.
yeah,
That was a good comedy.
yeah. Classic.
Yeah. The classic of making your enemies wear a wig that they don't want to wear.
Yeah, I'd be embarrassed if I was at a party and someone made me wear a wig like that. I'll be honest. I don't think I could pull it off.
Well, I mean, if to be honest, they're all wearing wigs, so like, who's really
Oh
laughing at
yeah,
who?
I know that is something that like they made the wig ridiculous enough that it's like you can tell it's meant to be ridiculous. But I did think that where I'm looking around and it's like, all you guys look stupid. I mean, I don't mean to
Yeah.
be culturally insensitive,
Yeah.
but it's like you're all wearing powdered wigs.
No,
Like, is
why are
this
you being
really?
culturally insensitive?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. You're
Americans
right.
did the same thing.
It's true. We did, and we looked bad. What am I going to say? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Um,
popular at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just mean it's funny that they're all pointing and laughing, and I'm like, do you guys
I
see
know,
yourselves?
true.
Like, you're wearing powdered wigs.
When will you wear wigs?
When will I wear wigs?
There's a stupid
It's
Lord of
not
the
stupid.
Rings. It is, it is stupid. It's like an interview where one of the hobbits, like it from the original trilogy, I forget which one. I think it's maybe Pippin. He's like doing like a fake interview with Elijah Wood. Like they're kind of like they don't see each other, and he's using like a funny accent to like
Okay.
fool Elijah Wood. Like, oh, I see that in this movie you wore a wig. You didn't. You wore a wig. When will you wear wigs? Like he was just trying to make him laugh. Yeah,
I see. Did it work?
yeah.
Yeah.
You need to watch it. It makes more sense in context. There's the
Let's see.
funniest part is when he talks to the Elijah Wood. He's like, "Oh, you're in this movie named Flipper, very famous."
Okay.
And then he's like, "Do you know? Want to hear a fun fact? The whale is dead." And Elijah Wood's like, "Okay."
It's so funny.
Yeah, it's so dumb. Not dumb.
No, you should watch it,
Oh,
man.
but what
Yeah.
what was I talking about? Where? Oh, because they were wigs in the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, what a dumb tangent to be on. Expla
No, it's fine. It's great. My homework.
um,
No, yeah, exactly. Now we know Dan hasn't seen it, so he has to watch it. It's very short.
yeah, it's very short.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
That's your movie pick for next week. Is
Oh,
that
just
interview?
watching that.
Right. And we'll talk about it for an hour.
I think we could talk about it for an hour. We would have to
Yeah. Hey,
like we would literally dissect every line.
we're on the way. And this is
Basically,
all good
yeah.
stuff.
But going back to the movie, I don't know if I have anything else to talk about. So whatever you guys want to talk about, I'll talk about.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's
Trying to
pretty.
get
I
something.
really liked it, but it's fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
I mean that in a bad way. Just I think it's a good. I think it's a strong. Um, I don't know. I talked about it already, but I like the kind of the progression of the story. Where kind of it's clear to the audience, but not to him, that he sort of arrived. Like he has this family. They start to feel some success, but then he kind of throws that away in pursuit of some greater goal. Like it's just that's a very classic. That always works. To have kind of
Yeah.
that the pride before the fall and then a redemption. There's a
Mhm.
reason I feel like that's a sort of a cliche you see come up again and again.
When will you wear wigs? So yeah, I was gonna say, do we want to get straight into ratings?
Sure.
I'm cool with that.
I will give this a 7.
Dan.
That's a good score. You go next, Brendan. I need to think for a second.
Um. Hmm.
This was a hard movie for me.
Yeah.
I'm oscillating between a 7 and an 8. I think I'll go 7. It's like a
Yeah.
7.5.
Okay.
Okay. I would also just say 7 because it was a solid movie.
Yeah. It's just like
Yeah.
I literally I had to look at my letterbox and like get a sense of like what's an 8 for me again and what's a 7.
Mhm.
I'm very
Yeah.
clinical.
Very
Yeah.
critical. No, that's respect. You have to have a system.
Triple sevens.
Yeah,
Or
triple.
wait,
Oh,
no,
Wow,
Dan said
lucky
7.5.
jackpot. Oh, sorry, no
oh,
7. It's a 7.
Oh, okay.
Jackpot.
okay, perfect. Well, we really can't escape the allegations of like we all just think the same way.
Are people accusing us of that? That we have enough people that pay
Someone
attention to
probably
accuse us
is.
of anything? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
I'm
We've had
I
some
flattered.
wouldn't put.
different
I wouldn't put.
ones in.
I think if you put our averages, I think we literally like our standard deviation. It's probably less
Mm.
than like 2, maybe even
Yeah,
less
it's
than
rare.
1.
I don't know about that. I think it's less. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I know. I guess we could do that if we really wanted to. It's rare we have a deep, deep disagreement. Like, I don't even know the last time
Yeah.
we had like a 9 to a 4 or something. I think it has happened, but it's been a while.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe like the very beginning with like the Void.
I was going to say like the Tree of Life. I feel
Oh
like
my god, yeah, the Tree of Life. What
yeah.
a garbage movie.
Okay, that definitely, because I ended up thinking it was great, and you hated it. And I think Brendan liked it
Yeah.
too. Or Brendan, were
Yeah.
you like, yeah, you loved
I like that I was in like the middle of both of you.
it? Okay, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you were in the middle of like existence, like you were like transcended.
Oh
Because
no.
of it. No.
No, I did enjoy it though.
or,
I do remember that.
yeah. Or you're saying you never finished it. I was like, yeah, I'm still in the middle of that movie.
I
Pretty long.
never yeah, you watch like a minute of it every day.
It would be cool though, like let's say when we do reach 120 days and we watch the 120 days movie where
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
like we do like a not a review but just like maybe like a tier list of all the movies we've watched till now to see if it's the same as what we
Oh, that'd be fun.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I like that. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah
I was thinking about is a similar thing. We'll just. I was like, yeah, because Chuck or Brendan, maybe both of you guys, I don't remember who, had made that was like, oh, should we go and should we watch them all again? Like go through them and just do this, have the 120. But I feel like we'll want to have new movies. But then I was thinking, what if we alternated? And it was like 1 week we watched a movie from the first 10 to 20, and then the next week we watched a different one. Does that
That
make
could work
sense?
too. Yeah.
oh you're saying
Yeah.
to rewatch all the movies
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought we had talked about that at some point.
We did talk about that.
Like, yeah.
oh
I don't know. We got time to figure it out. I like the idea of a ranking too, but I'm gonna forget some of these. I'm gonna be honest.
yeah
There's also gonna be some I'm not gonna want to watch again. Like I'm not gonna want to watch Freddy Got Fingered again.
yeah
Yeah,
I'm
very
not
yeah,
true
gonna
fair
want.
enough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna want to watch Home Alone again. And to be honest, these are all my fault, and I will take
I
that
know.
responsibility.
These right. Well, it's you keep saying I'm not gonna want to watch them again. I don't think any of us really wanted to watch them the first time. But
Yeah, but no, at least with the first one, you have like that morbid curiosity. Now you're just
it
like,
wouldn't
oh,
go
did
that
I?
far.
Okay.
I wasn't curious. I knew how I was gonna feel about
Oh well, I had more morbid curiosity.
it.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's talk about things we saw. Things that we saw, things that we played, things that we whatever that took our time.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I was gonna say, who wants to start? I can start.
Yeah,
you
good stuff.
Chuck
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Um, what did I finally watch for the first time? I watched Groundhog Day for the first time.
You had never
oh
seen Groundhog Day?
No, never seen it. Never
Oh
was it.
yeah.
Wasn't a movie I grew up with really.
Yeah.
Um,
what'd you
it
think
was it was good. I liked it a lot actually. I just didn't like the ending. Can we spoil Groundhog Day?
yeah
It
I've
came
seen
out
it
like 40 years ago, so I think we're good.
40. Yeah, yeah.
In
I know. I forgot. Yeah, maybe like the 1950s when it first came out.
the
Um.
1950s, yeah. Little baby
Mhm.
Bill Murray.
Mhm. I thought the ending was a little anticlimactic.
It's been a
I
while since
forgot
I've
what
seen it.
happens again
In the ending, it's just he find like he the next day finally happens,
Mm.
and I don't know. I just didn't enjoy how it didn't really feel like anything happened. Like he was just not that excited. Like about I don't know. I don't know.
didn't he
I just
change though as
Okay.
like a person
he did change as a person. I agree, but like he was stuck in this loop for such a long time, and then he finally gets to the next day, and he doesn't really react the way I wanted him to react.
I
oh
kind
okay
of always imagined he would have just like gone insane. Like it's like sort of implied like he must have been there for I mean the equivalent of like years. That he knows everything about everybody. He just
Yeah,
feels like
that is kind of what
yeah.
happened. Yeah, he kind of does go a little insane.
Uh,
Um, but yeah, I overall I really did enjoy it. I thought the movie was really fun and like it was the first one of its kind, so that's always really cool.
yeah
what kind is that?
Oh, like I guess what would you call it? Like, would you call it like a Groundhog Day movie?
repeating the same day
Oh,
over and
like a
over
time loop? Like
Yeah, 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 like a time loop. Yeah, I guess that's a
oh,
better word.
is it like the first? I don't know.
I think it is,
Maybe
right?
so.
It has to be.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
It
Time loop.
has to be.
I just
uh,
googled time loop.
mhm.
Now, an early example of a time loop is the 1915 Russian novel *Strange Life of Ivan Osakin*.
We're
So,
talking about movies. We're not talking about
oh, sorry,
not some
movies.
dumb
Sorry.
books, dude. Books are for
Yeah, stupid.
chumps.
Yeah, it's true. Books are for chumps. Yeah. Oh, wait.
Okay,
1983.
I'm on the
I don't
edge of
know.
my seat.
Japan's been on this, dude. There's a whole section on Japanese popular culture.
Cause, but is that in English? No.
Oh, I see what we're doing here.
People, we
Oh, I
come
get
on.
it.
Yeah, we're doing that thing
I'll
again.
do some very narrow racist research later and let
Yeah.
you know if your very specific criteria if
Thank
Groundhog
you.
Day is the first time movie.
Thank you. Okay, cool. And what else did I'm still reading The Way of Kings. I'm a very slow reader, like I talked about that earlier.
Okay, take your time, enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm almost done. I have 150 pages left.
How long is this?
So 1,000 pages.
It's 1,000 pages. Dude, you're doing well. Right, 1,000 pages. That's a big fucking book. Yeah,
Yeah, it's I'm hooked though, which is fun.
yeah, that's good.
Um,
You're gonna get a gold star. You're doing great.
Thank you. Hopefully there's no book report. And yeah, I think that's really it. I've seen other things, but they really weren't that memorable to bring up, I guess. So, yeah, that's just me.
Nice.
Okay.
I
Oh,
uh, I just have a couple things I watched. One was I watched this documentary from the '60s, like '69, maybe. Yeah, 1969, called Salesman. Um,
oh, I think I've heard of this. Yeah.
yeah, I had not. Well, obviously I've heard of it now, but I hadn't heard of it. It's actually killing me, and you guys aren't going to be able to help me with this. I heard about it from somewhere so specific, and it enough that I was interested in it and wanted to watch it, and then I can't fucking remember where I heard about it for the first time. I guess it doesn't really matter because I've watched it now. But it's cool. It's interesting. It's like literally just following these four guys who sell Bibles door to door.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I don't know, like I don't know to what degree. Like I feel like I could analyze it a lot and like goes like but I don't know. It's like you could watch it just as kind of like a human interest piece, where it's just like you're kind of watching these guys, you know, do their best to make a living, and you could just sort of enjoy it that way, just kind of the day to day struggles um, of trying to sell, I guess. But
Mhm.
there is like this, to me at least, and maybe I'm reading a little too much into it, but like there's this element too of like of all the things to sell, like you're selling Bibles, like there inherently feels like I don't know, like is there something not well maybe I don't know, cynical maybe is the right word. Like it feels I don't know, it feels a little dirty to me to be honest. To be selling like these very expensive deluxe illustrated Bibles. Somehow it feels kind of I don't know, it feels weird. But anyway, it's good. It's worth a watch. Um, it's one of those I actually the best compliment I can give of it is I was watching it. It's a little bit slow, and I was watching it and I thought, how much is left in this movie? And I was almost over. So the first
Mm,
time I thought, oh, this is a little slow. It was like about to end. So kept my attention.
that's a good feeling.
Uh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I was actually surprised because it's very low key. Like it's very just cut and dry. But anyway, so I watched that, worth a watch. The other thing I watched, not a movie, but I watched a stage recording or whatever you call it of the 2008 revival of Rent. You know that play, that musical,
Yeah.
Rent? Have you seen it?
I've not seen it. I know what it's about though, kind of.
Yeah. It's really good. I'd never seen it, didn't know much about it. I just knew that one song about the minutes that everyone knows. Um, but it's really good. That like this recording is free on YouTube if you want to check it out. It's if you want a good cry, this is a good place to go. Pretty brutal.
What's it called again?
Rent.
Rent.
Oh, Rent.
Yeah, I feel like uh, I feel like both you guys could like it. It's good. It's sort of cool because not all the songs land for me. I'll be honest, but it's sort of cool because it's not written. How do I put this without sounding insane? All the music's like very much of its time. Like all the music, it's not like show tunes. It's not like what you maybe would normally associate with a musical. It's all written like kind of late '80s, '90s rock. That's like the sound. Um, so it's cool. It's different.
Respect. Yeah, I know that it's
No.
supposed to be pretty sad.
Yeah, I mean the I guess the vague what it's about, but it's just it's like these characters that are kind of the
Down on their
marginalized.
luck.
There's a lot of down on their luck. There's a lot of characters that are like been diagnosed with AIDS. Like, it's a lot of characters that are like basically homeless. I mean, it's rough, but it's good. It's not all doom and gloom. Like, it's not just like trauma porn. Like there is like a point. But so yeah, it's worth a watch.
I saw
Nice.
Come From Away recently. Actually, I forgot to bring that up. It's like
What is
it's
that?
a
It sounds familiar.
musical. Yeah, maybe I did bring it up before, but it was good. It
Come
was
from away.
yeah, it's about like people who it's like the true story about like during 9/11 there were a lot of flights that were redirected to Newfoundland in Canada. And like this area in Newfoundland basically took up all these people, like their population multiplied like by 4 or something.
Mm.
By all these people, all these flights that are being redirected. It's a fun musical. It's a little like it's very uplifting. It's like about like
Mm.
how community can bring people together and um like everyone like the people who got redirected there were happy like, "Oh my god, this was a great experience even though it was such a horrible tragedy."
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
Huh?
That's like on. You must have seen that live, right? Because I think that's on.
Yes, I just saw it live.
Nice. Did you see
Yeah.
it in New York?
No, I'm not going to dox
Oh,
myself.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, tell me what address did you see it at, and a
Yeah,
precise
yeah.
how
Oh,
far is it
obviously,
from you?
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll give that information right now.
and your credit card quickly, if you don't mind.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
And social, please.
Yeah.
Oh, I give
Your
that away
mother's
all the
maiden
time.
name and the name of your childhood pet.
Your second grade teacher, blah blah blah. I give this
Right.
information
Yeah.
all the time, guys. Come on, I'm
Right.
expert.
I got it. I know.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to take your spotlight, Dan. I just remembered
No,
I
no,
watched
no.
it
I
too.
that was all I watched. I think still playing God of War, like I talked about last time. Fucking long game,
Mhm.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you even on the second one or just the first one?
No, I'm on the second one. Yeah, I played the first one like
Mm,
years ago.
okay.
Um,
Do you
yeah,
agree with
playing
me
that.
or no?
That you don't
Well,
like it.
yeah. Do you like it?
I don't know. Well, I do like it, but I don't know what you don't like about it. I don't know if you
When
tell me won't
when
spoil anything.
when you finish it, you have to we'll have a spoiler discussion about it.
Okay, great. It might be. Yeah, I'll keep working on it.
Cool. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't think I'm playing anything else. Yeah, I'm still reading what I was reading last week. Yeah, so I think that's it for me.
Cool. All right,
Nice.
Brick.
For me, I saw Bully. I did not like it. It's by the same director who made Kids, which I also didn't like that much.
Oh, Bully.
Well, then
Never even heard of that.
why did you watch it if you were what?
Because I had heard about it in like lists of films that I would enjoy, and then the ones that I've seen in those lists I did enjoy. So I thought I would enjoy this one, but I did not.
Mm,
Mm.
I saw Robot Dreams. I thought that was really unique and cool. I enjoyed that one. It's animated and there's no dialogue.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Ooh, wow.
Okay.
and
That's like Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. 'Cause I was
I was
gonna go
gonna
to the
say
next
it
one.
reminds me of a movie I was talking about a little while that won an Oscar. Flow is an animated movie. The animated film that won the Oscar this year is an animated movie with no dialogue. Not
Oh yeah, I
robot.
remember you mentioned that you watched it. That's on my
Yeah.
list too.
Hmm.
But did that one have any like um? Nah, never mind. Because it definitely had music, right?
Yeah, it's got music, just no dialogue.
No dialogue. Okay.
Does
Yeah.
Robot Dreams have no music?
No, it has music. Like, because like I think it's also considered a musical.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
Flow is not a musical. It just has music.
Okay. Um, and then another film I saw was Wicked. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, yeah,
But,
you told me you watched that.
Mm.
yeah, that was enjoyable. I wish the song because like usually when I do watch musicals, there's always like really standout songs that I remember or when I'm listening to it, I'm like, wow, this is really catchy. But Wicked, like the two that I did enjoy, the two songs that I did enjoy, they weren't even that like super catchy that I'll remember forever. So hopefully, like the second part has some standout songs.
Dude,
Because that's what I
Man,
want in a
you're
musical. I don't want like the same. I want unique, different songs. I felt like these all blended together. That's
yeah,
my
I
opinion,
mean,
though.
kind of. I know what you mean.
I still enjoyed it though.
You're just a professional hater, dude.
And then the last movie I saw was an Italian film called Milena, and it was okay. It was pretty good.
Okay.
Malane.
Like
How do you spell that?
Malena.
Okay. Oh, I think I've seen this. Is it like a boy sort of has a crush on this woman or
Yeah,
something?
exactly that.
Yeah, I think I have seen this a long time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't really remember anything about it, so I guess I also thought it was just okay.
yeah. And that's it for me. I also finished watching the TV show. I think I told you guys I was watching The Good Place.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah, I really liked it.
Oh, you
I
really
love.
liked it.
Well, yeah. I would say I really liked it.
That's cool.
Hmm.
Not
I
It's always
love, just really liked.
oh,
yeah, yeah.
it's
Like
always it's like
BoJack.
always a good feeling like finding a
Yeah,
show that you really like.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like you have to at least really, at least for me, like really like a show to kind of make it worth the time, right? Like I don't want to devote all these hours to something that's like just okay. That's just me.
Yeah,
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say we have a little time, so we can do something that we haven't done in a. I don't know if we've ever done this. We could talk about the Oscars.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on. I have to pull them up.
I
I
well,
didn't
yeah,
watch. Did
I can
you?
pull it. I didn't watch them either.
Okay.
I was just gonna we can talk about the winners.
Sure. We're
Okay,
qualified.
sure, why not? Yeah, right. I'm so qualified. I pulled up last year's by accident. I'm like, oh, Oppenheimer won.
Yeah.
I thought that came out a
Yeah.
while ago.
Oh man, people really like it. A year later.
hmm Okay, yeah, let's just go through the list. So, have you guys seen any of the Best Picture nominees?
Oh, best
Okay.
picture.
Okay. Well, I'll just say who won. Honora won.
Well, hold on. I
Sean
haven't
Chemistry.
even.
Baker. Mhm.
Oh, here it is. Nora. Sorry, I'm holding you up. Anora, The
Oh,
Brutalist, The Complete Unknown. Wow, that's a lot. Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. I only saw Conclave, and I didn't really like it all that much. It was fine.
okay. That's fair. Yeah. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something dumb. Not dumb.
No, you saw The Substance.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
the
I don't know if
substance.
that.
I thought
that
the
was really
substance
Yeah,
good.
should have won.
yeah. I still want to say that. I remember you guys saw it and we liked it. I haven't gotten around to it yet. I'm a little bit. I'm a little squeamish. I'll be honest, but I do want to watch it.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, it is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think Brendan said you almost threw up.
Ooh.
Uh,
Wow.
did I can't remember
That
if
was
there.
just because you'd had some bad shellfish beforehand.
Yeah, right. I think it was the. I'm not gonna spoil it. Okay, I was about to
If-
spoil the movie.
unless it was the third person we were with that said something about throwing up.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
Because yeah, I
Um,
don't remember if there was a scene that like I wanted to throw up, but it was a great movie.
oh yeah, great movie. It's funny, but people were like kind of like drawing parallels to the movie to real life because like vaguely I will say it's about like
Mhm.
older generation kind of losing to a younger generation. And it's funny
Mhm.
that The
Mhm.
Substance, a movie about a main character who's from the older generation, loses to someone who's in the newer generation,
Oh,
like the
that's
actress at least.
Mm. Interesting.
hmm
Who's the director of The Substance? Is it someone older or just?
No, oh, I didn't mean mostly the director. That's kind of a bad way to say it, but I
Oh.
meant more like the main actress. Because it's Demi
Ah,
Moore, and then
right.
the actress for what's her name? Oh my god, like Mickey Madison or some.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hold on.
Mickey
I'll pull it up.
Madison. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know all of like like you know the movie oh my god by Quentin Tarantino. It was his last movie that came out.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
I haven't
that
seen it.
movie, there's so many actresses that are big now. Like Sydney
Mm.
Sweeney, Maya Rudolph, like not Maya Rudolph. Maya oh my god, who's the actor that Brendan's in love with? Hawk. Maya Hawk.
Oh,
Yeah. This
Okay.
Mickey Madison was also in it. Like so
Hmm.
many big actresses were in that movie, and that was their first movie.
Wow. I wonder if that's maybe it's a little bit of both. Like, does Quentin Tarantino just have like a great eye for talent, which I think he probably does, but
Yeah,
also probably having a Tarantino movie on your resume, like you've got some heat, like
I
going into
agree with
whatever your
that
next
too.
project.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
also what's his name? Austin.
Austin Butler.
Yeah, Austin Butler was also in that movie too.
Oh wow.
Was that before Elvis?
Yeah, that was before Elvis. Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe you're right. Maybe it was a thing where like he has a good eye for talent, but yeah, it's kind of impressive that he was able to find that many, especially young actresses.
Hmm.
Oh, also I forgot the Substance. The younger actress in the Substance was also in that movie.
Oh, who is it? Do you
I
remember
forget her
offhand?
name.
Let me see.
The
Yeah,
Substance.
that's a lot. I've never seen Once Upon a Time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I need to just get around to it.
now it's interesting because you're gonna be like, wow, I can't believe this many like. Oh,
Yeah.
Margaret Qualley.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, she's also Margaret Qualley is the daughter of Andy McDowell, who was in Groundhog Day. Um,
Oh, okay.
and
Look at that.
and also Maya Hawke is of course Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's. I wonder not to be cynical about it because they're all good. I haven't seen
You
Mark
say it. No,
Qualley in
it's
anything.
nepotism.
Yeah, right. I mean, there's got to be at least a shade. I'm not saying they're not talented, but it can't hurt that your family's in the business.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. But yeah, no, I agree. It's just funny because they're all big now.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. But yeah, I was gonna say the other big one that people were talking about was Amelia Perez. There's a lot of controversy. I don't think we could talk about it. I don't really understand the controversy. Um,
Yeah,
it's
I
it's
saw. I looked at. Mhm.
yeah, it's about trans. It's about like a trans like I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm not sure even what the
People were
movie's
making
about.
fun of the music too. Like it's a musical
Yeah,
and it's the yeah.
I got the sense that people are both upset by the trans representation and the um what's the word portrayal of like Mexico and Mexican culture. Kind of both the kind of um like major elements of the movie people thought were sort of either disrespectful or not well done or whatever. That's the sense I got. I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, I heard, and it's also like a French guy who made it, and it's about like Mexican people.
Right. Yeah, and it's
It's
just
weird. It's weird. I don't know too much about it, but there's a lot of drama about it, and I don't
yeah,
think we're definitely not qualified enough to talk about it.
yeah. I do want to watch it almost just because of the controversy, which maybe I'm just feeding into. Maybe I shouldn't give it the attention, but yeah, I am sort of curious.
Hmm.
Hmm.
The only other movie I really want to watch out of this list is The Brutalist, but I'm kind of like scared about how long
Yeah,
it is.
I also want to really see the Brutalist. A Complete Unknown, I've heard is really good. So I'd like to
I don't
watch
know.
that.
I'm kind of getting fatigued of
Chalamet.
yeah, Chalamet. He's in
I haven't.
everything, man.
He is, but I just have inadvertently dodged. Like the only thing I've seen with Chalamet in it, I think, is uh the French Dispatch. Literally, like I haven't seen Dune. I still have never seen Call Me by Your Name. I didn't see Willy Wonka.
Yeah, okay,
Like,
wow. Yeah,
yeah,
maybe that's why you've been getting
right,
like I feel like you'd be fine watching a complete unknown then.
right. Which I don't have any problem with them. Like I haven't actively
Oh
tried to
no,
avoid
yeah,
them.
I
I
don't
just,
have any problem with it either, but
right.
I'm kind of just
No,
fatigued with them.
I
Yeah.
get you. No, I totally get it. Sometimes you
Hmm.
just, yeah, you want a different flavor.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think there's any other big Oscar news that happened. Just mostly like Best Picture is like the one everyone talks about.
Hmm.
And and it
Yeah.
was obvious like that like what's her name like Honora was gonna win because Best Director also went to Sean Baker.
Mm, mm.
Oh, they
Is-
swept, man.
Yeah, I did hear that. Where I haven't seen Anora, heard it's great. I will watch it. I
Mhm.
heard some people saying it's like it got as many. I heard quite a few people saying, "Oh yeah, I really liked Anora." I didn't expect it to like sweep. Like it's got. Let's see how many it got. Like, like it's just it. Let's see. Hold on.
There's like
Amelia
6, I
Perez had the
think?
most nominations. Of 6. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, it did seem. Oh, yeah, full. It won 4 wins, and Sean Baker tied for the most Oscar wins by a single person in the same year. He tied with Walt Disney for the most
Wow.
Oscar wins in a year.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah,
That's
damn.
kind of wow. That's pretty crazy.
yeah.
Not to say like I had a feeling it might have happened, but it won the Palme d'Or.
Mm-mm.
So I was like, oh, if it wins, like it's happened before, where like if you win the Palme d'Or, you're probably gonna win the Oscar.
It's
That
funny
like
you. I'm looking it up right now, and I like that makes sense to me. I'm sure you're right. There's got to be some crossover. Funny, I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess I'm just looking. It's like, is that all that consistent though? You know what I mean? Because like,
it's
let's see,
not
Anatomy of the
really.
Fall. Anatomy of
No,
the Fall won Best Picture last year, right? No, it didn't.
no, they definitely
Okay,
didn't.
Triangle of Sadness definitely didn't.
Titan definitely didn't, but that's a horror film.
Right? Yeah. Parasite
Parasite
did.
won. Yeah.
Shoplifters didn't.
Shoplifters did not.
Square did not. I
Okay, a
Daniel
lot of
Blake did
these
not.
didn't. Okay, okay.
Yeah. Which no, I'm not doing this to be like, no, I'm not doing it to point you out. I find it interesting that there's not quite as much crossover as I also would have thought there'd be. You know?
Yeah, I will say if it's an American movie that wins, it's definitely winning. And in the
Oh,
rare,
interesting.
if the rare case of fucking Parasite that won, which is, to be honest, Parasite should have won, and it was like definitely the best movie that
Yeah.
year.
Mhm.
But like, and I think that's just the only outlier. If it's an American movie, it's definitely gonna win. Thank you. I'm correcting myself.
No, you're good. You're good. Um, Dancer in the Dark. I'm just doing Palm d'Or, but Dancer in the Dark won in 2000. That's
That
wild.
makes sense. Yeah, I
I
mean,
guess so. I mean,
yeah.
we all love
They
it,
love
but
Lars Van Trier.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
they think he's like normal. He's definitely not normal.
I don't think he's normal, but I do like his movies, at least the ones I've seen.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Anyway, we can go back. We can go back to Oscars. I do want to, since we do it though. Let's go over a couple other than just picture. I want to get a little deeper because I don't want to be those people that just talented
Okay.
people.
Fair,
Let's
fair,
talk
fair,
about them.
fair.
Yeah,
I'm down.
yeah. I have.
Um.
Let's look at uh, where are all the. It takes so long to get to anyone that isn't famous. Okay, here we go. Best Sound, Dune Part Two, Gareth John,
Sure.
Richard King, John Bartlett. Never seen Dune Part Two. Did you guys see it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it was really good.
it's awesome.
I haven't seen Dune Part One. I'll be honest.
Yeah, you got to watch both.
It's really good. Yeah, you have to
Yeah,
watch
I
both.
know I do. Yeah.
Um. Yeah, and I'm not surprised it won. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised it didn't win that much. But maybe because like it was a
Right.
sequel.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's pretty. Seems to be, despite the fact none of us have seen a lot of these movies, seems to be a pretty strong year. You know, you get sometimes no shade to anyone, but sometimes you look and there's like a very obvious winner. You know, maybe it's just not super steep competition.
I'm
But this
just.
year, like,
I
yeah,
think it's kind of bullshit though because I'm looking at the one right next to it. Best production design. I liked Wicked, but Wicked was way did not have better production design than Dune Part Two.
mm. Production design. What is that like?
I think it's like
It used
six,
to be.
right?
Let's
Set.
see. It says it used to be best art direction. So yeah, I guess that's pretty broad. Yeah, I don't know. It is. I mean, there's definitely. I'm not like an Oscar hater, but I'm also I just don't put that much stock in the Oscars, although I'm always curious. There's got to be a little bit of politics, right? Like sometimes
Oh
it
yeah.
does feel like there's a little bit of like,
I
not
think there
always,
was
but
judges that admitted they didn't watch every single movie.
mm, yeah, I
Mm.
feel like you got to, right? Like we have an excuse because we're nobody, but it's not even that many movies, right? I mean,
Yeah, I
like
agree. Yeah.
across all the categories, there's got to just be like 2 dozen. You know, take a couple. You take 2 weeks. You watch a movie a night, you'll be done. No, that
Well,
doesn't
I
make
think it
sense.
was also like
Take some time.
refusal. Like sometimes they're like, "Oh, won't watch horror movies because horror movies are beneath them."
That's so. Yeah, that's so. If they really think that or say that, that's so stupid. I'm not. I've talked about. I'm not like a huge horror fan, but like that's so stupid. You got to give it a shot at the very least.
Yeah, I agree. Especially now, horror movies are getting good.
That's true. I do. I
Mm.
think I've said this. I don't know if I've said this or not, but I've been meaning to if I haven't. even as like a not a really big horror fan, we're pretty obviously in like a new golden age of horror movies, aren't we?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, because we have
Yeah.
Ari Aster, we have Eggers. Yeah, like we're in a good age.
yeah.
Well,
But
I was gonna say, Dan, I know that we want to talk about Oscars, but this is like a perfect transition for me
go ahead.
because I was gonna recommend Nosferatu, the new one, as our next movie to
Okay.
Oh,
watch.
cool.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
down. I haven't seen. Have you seen the original Nosferatu?
I have, and it's not worth watching. It's okay. It's a
No,
silent
don't
film.
think so. I think it's worth watching, but kind of just not because I'm saying, oh, like. Well, Brendan, have you seen it before I go on?
The original Nosferatu? No.
The original.
No.
I'm not gonna. I won't test you. I'm not gonna give you a book report. I think it's worth watching, or at least like
I think
watching
it's
a bit.
very short. If we wanted to, we could
Yeah.
watch. Yeah.
Let's see.
Um,
Actually, here,
it's very.
1922.
I think it's only 20 minutes. Oh, it's an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, way too much. I'm just kidding. I'd watch it if you guys want to, but I actually feel like I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna say it fucking holds up because it's from 1922. But I feel like there's some moments in the movie that actually are like pretty cool and scary.
Yeah, I
But
mean the
that's just
fact that it's 100 years old now.
Yeah.
fuck. That's true.
Yeah,
Damn.
no, I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, I was gonna
100.
say if let's watch the first Nosferatu. I mean, not the first. Let's watch the new one. If we like the new one a lot, we can watch the old one.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if we
Uh,
really like that one, then we can also read Dracula, the
I
novel.
have Dracula. I never finished it. So
I remember you were reading it years ago.
yes, and I still have it up
Yeah.
in my bookshelf, and it's a book I'm never gonna finish.
That's another one that I feel like actually. I haven't read Dracula in a long time, but I feel like it's surprisingly readable.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
yeah. I mean, maybe I can't actually say that because I didn't really finish it. So
Maybe you read a little bit. I guess
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe you didn't like it very much.
yeah. I'm learning how to read again, guys. Um,
But let me ask you, what is this? Is it a remake or is it a like this new
no, it's
Nosferatu?
well,
What
remake
is
in
it?
the sense it's I think it's just Dracula, but told in like kind of the original style of Nosferatu.
Huh? Isn't that kind of what Nosferatu is? And Nosferatu like a bootleg Dracula?
Yes, but it was done like it was like it was I don't even know how to explain it. It's like it was a silent film,
Uh huh.
and the obviously the special effects weren't that amazing, and
Sure.
it was just I don't even know how to put it like put words to it. Well, no, well we'll see. I mean, if we watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't necessarily. I asked you because yeah, I don't want necessarily anything spoiled. I'm gonna put a picture of Nosferatu in the chat, so Brendan can decide if this is scary or not.
Which one, the original or the old one?
The original.
Well, I
Uh,
technically did I see it in
Oh, you already did
SpongeBob?
it, Joe. You're ahead of me.
Is that didn't they
Oh
put him in?
yeah.
Yeah.
it's in
Oh, I just
SpongeBob.
put a link.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I've seen him in SpongeBob in the scary
Yeah,
episode.
I think everyone
That's,
saw him in SpongeBob.
that's true. He is in SpongeBob. Burning on
No, yeah,
holidays.
honestly, for 100 years ago, that is like scary.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
for 100 years ago, I agree that is very scary. But now, like, dude, I see
But it's not
people like,
100 years ago, so.
dude, I see people like that walking down the street in Philly. I mean,
Yeah.
where I live.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That place I vacation occasionally, and I have
yeah,
no real ties to.
yeah. But yeah, if you want to follow along, please watch Nosferatu, and if you want to do extra credit, please watch the original Nosferatu, which has a different title actually. It's Nosferatu: A Symphony of Horror. That's a pretty good name.
And it's a pretty good name.
Hmm.
A little bit.
Um,
Um, there must be music, even though it's silent. Otherwise,
yeah,
symphony is
there's definitely music.
oh, okay.
But yeah, wow, the reviews for this are like all over the place. I'm excited.
Me too.
Yeah, I like that. I like
Yeah.
feeling like I don't know what to expect, or like I'm gonna be on. There's a. I like taking a side, I guess.
Hmm. And hopefully this will actually like divide our opinions.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, cool. Well, yeah. On that note, we could talk about Oscars next week some more. We have more to
Okay.
talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been episode 61. Episode 62, we're gonna be watching Nosferatu by David Eggers. And yeah, this has been Chuck.
This has been Daniel.
This has been Brendan.
All right, cool. And that's it. How do I get Craig to stop again? Oh,
Bye, Craig.
stop. How do I? What? Oh, I have to scroll up.